Aggregatus is a web service that helps you to aggregate information from different websites and put it into one searchable, filterable, and sortable collection. When we talk about collection, you may think about, let's say, collection of shoes of the same brand but from the different resellers. For example, Nike shoes from different websites. Or you may think about collection of blog posts from different tech blogs of the same topic, for example, about startups and so on. Or you can think about collection of job proposition from different websites and so on, wherever you want to maybe put into one collection. Examples of this public collection you may find here in public collection sections. Here you may find two demo collections, Nike shoes and startup news. Let's check the first one, Nike shoes. This is made in the form of catalog. So here we have a catalog of Nike shoes that is being taken from different data sources, from Nike, from 6pm, from Zappos. And what you may do with it is you may filter on it. You may filter by price, by size. You may also have a list view of this collection. You may have table view of this collection if it's necessary. All the thing is switchable, so you can turn it on and turn it off. And you can also have this sort possibility to sort by price, for example, to see the cheapest one from 3 websites all at once. And of course you can search for it, so you can search, for example, for Nike Air, and you can see all Nike Air that has been scraped from these websites. So this is a basic overview of catalog look-like collection, and we also can check a next collection type is blog-like collection. This is startup news that have been fetched from Mashable, TechCrunch, and Medium. You can see this list of news. We don't have table or grid views here because we don't need it. And actually the same possibilities goes for this collection as well. So you can search for something, so you can read about startup news connected to iPhones and so on. Alright, so let me show you how we can create a public collection. And just for example, for demo purpose, what we are going to do is we will create a collection of the same Nike shoes, and we will take this information from 6pm website. Let's log in using one of these available social providers. Let's say GitHub. Once we are logged in, we may press Create Collection. Let's give this collection a human-readable name. For example, Nike shoes, as we already saw one, but just for demo purpose, let's repeat it. You can add description for your collection just to explain to your visitors what this collection is all about. You may turn on and turn off the grid view, list view, and table view you saw earlier. You can also pick default sorting for this collection. Okay, let's create it. Alright, we have Nike shoes collection. And you can see that this collection doesn't have any data properties, it doesn't have any data sources, and it doesn't have any items in it because size is equals to 0. Let's fix that. Let's go to data properties. So what data properties are? This is the properties of the item you are going to scrape. For example, if we are talking about Nike shoes, so we probably will need the name of this model. We probably will need the price and photos and so on. For simplicity reason, we will have just several fields. So let's create a title. Alright. Property type is about how we will store this data property in a database. We can store it as a text, as a searchable, as a filterable keyword, as a number, and as a float number. Alright, so you can use number for example, for sizes. You can use a float number for price. something like that. You can use keywords for brand name or shoes types and so on. Alright, then we have these display properties. This was about how this property is being stored in the database, and this one is about how we will display this data property. Alright, what do we have here? We may display property as a small text, as a title, subtitle, image, link to the source, header, badge, footer. In our case, we will choose a header. Let's say I want to display the title in the header to make it visible. Alright, so I will make it visible. I'm gonna search on it. I'm not gonna filter on it actually. And okay, I can search on it. Probably that's it. Let's create one. Alright, let's create next one. It's picture. Picture we will store as a text. We will store URL. We will display it as an image. We will not search on the picture because it doesn't make a lot of sense to search on URL. We will not filter on it, and we will not sort on it. I think we're good. Create one. And the next property would be price. Price will be stored as a float number, and it will be displayed as a text. That's okay. It will be prefixed with $sign. We will search on it. That's okay. We will filter on it for sure. We will sort on it. Sure. Let's create data property. And probably the last one, let's add a separate field, source. This field will tell the users from what website this information has been fetched. We will save it as a keyword because we will filter on it. We will display it as a link to the source. We will prefix it with source word. It will be visible. We will not search on it. We will filter on it actually, and that's okay. We may sort on it as well. Alright. So we have 4 properties, just for simplicity reason. Let's go to the next menu item. It's data sources. Data sources are actually the websites from where you scrape information, from where you're getting information. In our case, we will deal with just one 6 p.m. website. In real world, you may want to create several more websites to scrape information from. Alright, so let's create a data source. We will name it 6 p.m. and we will copy this link and put it in starting page link. Starting page link is the link from which the Aggregatus crawler will start crawling the website. So we want to start crawling from this page. Alright, items link selector. This is CSS selectors that will select for us all the links that lead to the products. Alright, let's inspect what selectors we need. And you can see that we have search result block and a link inside of it. So let's specify it. So we have search results block with a link inside of it. That's correct. Alright. The next one, pager link selector. Pager link selector is a selector for all links that lead us to the next pages of the catalog. So when Aggregatus crawler will come to this page, he will try to find also pager links and will try to visit it one by one. Okay, let's figure out what's the selectors for these links. Okay, we can see that there is a pagination class, and inside of that class we have links. Alright, let's have it this way. So we have pagination class and we have links inside. Pagination class and links inside. That's okay. Scrape limit. You can limit the amount of items that will be scraped from these data sources just for debugging purposes. Let's limit it to 10. Alright. Required JavaScript support. This is important one. In case if your website requires JavaScript in order to display some information, you should check this checkbox. But be aware that when you check it, the time of the crawling will be increased significantly. I mean, it may be 10 times, 20 times slower than without this checkbox. Okay, in our situation, if we go to this website and I will turn off JavaScript, you can see that nothing actually changes here, right? So I don't need JavaScript to render this website. So I will not check this checkbox just to make my crawling process like 10-20 times faster. Alright, let's create data source. Now we have this one data source 6pm, and the important thing here is property selectors column. You can see this progress bar and it says that you have 0 of 4 property selectors. We need to fix that because currently Aggregatus website doesn't know how to populate the data properties you've specified here. It doesn't know how to populate it from where the information should be taken. It only knows from what website, but doesn't know from which fields actually it should be populated. Alright, let's fix that. Let's go to data sources, let's edit it. And at the bottom of this page, there is a new form has appeared. Okay, let's tell the Aggregatus how to populate title field, for example. If you go to product page, you can see that this is a title. Let's inspect this. Alright, so what do we have here? We have span with item prop name, and we have a link inside of it that contains the title we need. Alright, let's copy that. And I have a span with item prop name with a link inside of it. Okay, and that's it. Aggregatus will fetch span with item prop name. Well, it will fetch the link inside of it, and it will fetch the text from inside this link. This one. This is what we need actually. Let's go to the next field. It's picture. Alright, how can we fetch picture? This one will be a little bit tricky here because you can see this meta tag that contains item prop attribute that is equal to image, and it contains content property field that is equal to image URL we need. Alright, let's copy that. Let's create this meta with item prop image, and once we fetched it, we need content attribute. If you want to fetch a attribute, you can do like this one, like this. Attribute and the name of the attribute, content. Alright, I think we're done with picture. Let's save it. Let's go to the price. Let's inspect one. And it may be simple, so let's just use this class. This weird name, but let's use it. So we have span with class looks like this one. Alright, let's save it. So, and the last one, it's a source field. We will not populate it from the website, we will just provide the default value. So we take it from 6pm. This is done because you may probably will have more data sources, and by having different data sources you may filter by these data sources, and it may be done using this field. So you may filter by 6 p.m., you may filter by Zappos, you may filter by Nike, and so on. Alright, let's go back. And now you can see that we already have something specified here. So 3 of 6 selectors are specified. So I think we are ready to launch a crawling process. And you can do it in Launches menu item. So go to the Launches and launch this collection. Now you can see that we have one data source, 6 p.m., that is being launched. We are expecting to scrape 10 items or something about 10 items from this data source, and the status of it is pending. Let's refresh the page. It's still pending, so we need to wait for a couple of minutes while Aggregatus crawler will crawl 6 p.m. websites for us. Okay, so let's wait. Alright guys, so I think we're ready. You can see that status of this launch is finished. It means that we can check the status of this collection. Let's go to status, and we can see that the size of this collection is already 11. It means that 11 items have been scraped and put inside this collection. Let's check it out. Let's go to View Collection button, and here we go. All this information has been scraped just right now for us by Aggregatus. You can filter it by price, you can filter it by source. For now we have only one source, but you will probably have more, and you may search in it. Once again, let's search air. We have only 2 pairs of hair. Alright, then you can also switch to list view, table view, you can sort by price, and so on. Alright guys, so I think we're done here. Enjoy the site.